in the first step, I want to give you an introduction how our platform is working, and to give you a deeper insight how we approach, how our approach was to have a solution for this problem. And then I try to give you some guidelines, what we suggest how to operate best for a successful event. So I share my screen. Okay, so as Mr. Adler told, we are coming, or our roots are in the 3D visualization, and we were focusing in the last years on augmented reality and virtual reality solutions for different kinds of companies. So we started also in the pandemic with the developing of a platform for events in a virtual way, and especially our experience in immersive solutions is very high. So we thought this is a good approach, how we can give the people a solution, how to make events, how to make fairs in the digital way. Yeah. So I think it's clear that this is a very sustainable solution, especially for the future, when we think about the CO2 footprint and other things we see every day at the moment in the news. We tried to focus also on the matchmaking, because a lot of solutions did not think enough about this. Our approach was, okay, how is it in the real world? In the real world, people want to make a fair to present their products and what they offer to the people. And what they want to have is at the end of the event, some business cards they can work with, some contacts and leads where they can earn money in the future. So this is a special thing we are still thinking about, and try to give new ideas into to make it more easy and intuitive and very sensible for all the participants. And what was also a big approach was that the complete platform is scalable. So there are no limits for exhibitors, for the amount of exhibitors, and also for the amount of visitors. We saw some solutions which were limited to this, and we thought the best thing is there are no limits, and especially for the booth configuration, because some of the organizers told us that they were limited because they have to do the booth configuration for all their exhibitors. So they are limited by their staff, and we tried to give the people a solution where this is not necessary. In principle, it's easy how it is working. The organizer can create the fair. Then he has to define the offer on the event. Then he can invite the participants. In the first step, he invites normally the exhibitors, that they have time to prepare their booths, and later on the visitors. Especially when they have defined the nomenclature, they can help the people to define what their interests are. So it's easier for the funneling of the lead generation. So after all, the people have to register on the platform, and then the organizer can lay out the hall. So this is like in reality, we have a kind of simulation of the reality. Then the organizer can assign booths to the exhibitors, they get time to configure this, and then the exhibition can start. And this is then the time when exhibitors and visitors can interact with different interaction possibilities. So this is how it looks like, and I want to show you another screen. Yes, here. So I show you a live exhibition. This is an ongoing exhibition on the platform, and you can walk through, like in reality, you can walk to the booths, you can have a look, a first impression. When you want more information, you can have a look on all the media the exhibitor offers. Could be everything you can imagine, like pictures, like videos, like brochures for download, for looking on. If you're more interested, you can have a look at the contact persons on the booth. So there is more detail about the company. You can define contact persons, and here you see, if I don't have given my business card to the company, it's not possible to contact them. So the people want to know who is speaking to them, you have to give your contact first. And you can go to all the information they offer. And so it's easy, you can walk through like in the real world. So our approach is like a flight simulator, which is a proven tool for people who want to fly, to check everything, to try without any dangerous. And here you can walk through like in the real world, especially knowing that the real exhibition is a kind of evolutionary result of decades where everything was refined and made better. I switch back now. Okay. Yeah, it's also possible not only to navigate about the 3D world, you can use the hall plan and the exhibitor directory like you're used in the real world, and you can also switch and jump from the hall plan to the booth of each exhibitor. You can have the functions at your booth as an exhibitor. You can work with images, you can apply videos, brochures, also products to show. It depends on the kind of event. And very important, you can have the contact, and we have a 3D host as a kind of dummy for all contact persons on your booth. So the main information screen is about the exhibitor booth or about the exhibitor company. First thing you have is the match score. This score indicates how relevant this exhibitor is to you as a visitor. This is especially calculated about your interests and the offer of the exhibitor. Exhibitor can have a highlight product here or common information about his company. He can teaser one of his contact persons. You can switch to all the other contact persons too, and you can very easy give your contact card, your business card, for an easy lead generation. But you can also switch to all the other contents of the exhibitor, like his medias and all the other things too. For the scalability, we decided to offer different booth templates. So the exhibitor do not has to design his booth. He just needs to configure a predefined design with his own colors, with his own images, and other things he can configure. Also, easy booths are possible, for example, for recruiting events. But customization is also possible. We do have some companies who use it for their own house event, and up to 150 contact persons. So it's very flexible for every need. For conferences and lectures, we do have some special assets where this can be operated. Also for deep dives, roundtable talks, and such things, where you can also communicate with other visitors, not only with the exhibitors. Also, the location is possible to be customized. And I want to show you, because this is the most interesting thing for the visitors here, what can you do for your own booth, how to make it interesting, and how can you use it, especially showing you here how easy it is. We have a configurator, and I want just jump about this video to show you the most important things. You can edit all the informations, give it here. Then you have your assigned booth, your 3D design. I have to jump a little bit far. You can export it also. So you will have your booth you assigned with the organizer, and you can configure it here in the configurator. You just assign which kind of design template you want to use inside a booth type. So you can switch this every time, because this is a real-time platform. You can assign very easy your corporate design colors. And I jump a little bit, make it. You can assign your images you want to have at the booth. Very easy. You can add your staff, so you can invite your contact persons. Can be as many as you want, but this can also be limited by the organizer if you want to limit this for special booth packages, for example. Then you can create your content, your media you will show. You can upload your brochures, you can upload images, you can create little pop-ups with information about a product. Just give some words and an image and it's ready. You can have videos in a pop-up, or you can have a link on an external website. Everything is possible here. This is an easy pop-up. And you have your leads. So every business card which is given to you, you can collect here in the lead list. So the booth owner always have all the leads he can work with after the exhibition. So what you have to think about is how to use it, especially in the future, for a hybrid workflow. So we think it's a good way to have a good representation on the digital side, and on the physical side, you need a tool where you can also get in contact to digital exhibitors, and vice versa from the digital side to physical visitors. So you can use the platform as a kind of companion in the physical world, because we have a ongoing media library, chat, video chat, telephone. Everything is possible on both sides. So you can interact between both worlds. So this is especially a part where we have or will have interesting solutions how to make a hybrid solution for a special event. It depends on the event, what you want to do on the digital side or in the physical side, but you are flexible, and I think it's a good plan to have a solution where you can switch on to the digital side in case of it when it's necessary. And you have an metrics analytics also for both worlds, visitor management, exhibitor management. So what is important for a successful preparation for virtual fair? So you have to consider different things. The concept has to be good, not only from your booth, but also from the organizer for the event. If the organizer is not working well, then it's difficult for all the exhibitors too. So this is like in the real world. First thing is you have to need good communication possibilities. So for example, on our platform, you can have also proactive contact possibility. So if you are an exhibitor, you see if there are people in front of your booth or on your booth, and you can contact them. For example, depending on their match score. So if the match score is high, you can say yourself, oh, this would be an interesting contact. I try to get in contact him, I chat him on, or anything else. So this is like in the real world. You need measures. So it's important to show you as an exhibitor what is happening on your booth. We measure everything, or nearly everything, what the visitor is doing on your booth, how many people have clicked this brochure, have watched this video, and everything else. And it's also possible to have a kind of time funnel, so you can see if somebody was looking a brochure before he was changing the business card review. Yes, I go on. A virtual trade fair is not a one-to-one copy. This is very important. So we cannot do everything which is possible in the physical world, but we can try to make it very near. There's something a little bit not in my thing here. Okay. This is more for the organizer. So he has to explain all the people how they can get on, how it works. There are several possibilities for the organizer to make a good promotion for his event. But on a physical event, you should know normally 50% of the visitors come by the promotion the exhibitors are doing. So this is also impossible then. And the same thing has to be done by the exhibitors. They have also to promote the exhibition or the event for their customers. And there are different possibilities to do this, info banner, your website, newsletter, and so on. Then you can use multipliers, advertising on social media. And if you want to attract more on your booth, you can also combine it with a podcast, for example. You can have a fair radio. This means you have a kind of radio channel by the time of the event. So things can be teased there. You can have a blog or listicles you send to people, press kit for press persons, press campaign, and perhaps a kickoff press conference before starting the event. For the exhibitor, it's also important to give all the people most information for the matchmaking. So you need a marketing package. You should do a technical check for all your contact persons you're working with on your booth. Perhaps you make a training camp before so that everybody knows how to act, how the possibilities are in the digital world. And like Thomas also told, it's important to do some engagement things to involve people, to get more people on the digital platform. Yes, and also all the information you have, this is like in the real world. You have a good design, eye catchers, keywords. You can make surveys for your success control, and you have to train all the employees. And the technical requirements have to be checked. They also have to be checked for the visitors, because if they do not have enough technical things or a fast line, then it's not possible to have a good experience for all the visitors. Yeah, and what we suggest is also to have an emergency plan. So, for example, for lectures, it's very often suggested to do not live lectures, do them as a video. You just have to link. This is much easier because this works really good. Yeah, and you have to clear the responsibilities for your staff so that everybody knows what to do and how to make it. So these are the suggestions where I wanted or I tried to incorporate all the questions, and I hope you did get enough input for a successful event, for successful preparation for your personal booth. Thank you.